Okay, just last night we got our very first rain of the 2023 monsoon season, and the backyard got a really good soaking. So before the storm came in, I came out to take down the shades that I had put up, because otherwise they would have blown away like a sail in the wind. And I did it just in time before the storm rolled in, and it came in pretty furious at the start. Show you some of what happened. So, like I was saying, all of the rain comes off of these spouts off the roof, comes down onto the concrete, and just flows right into the area here, which, see, it filled up this one with the giant timber, and then he broke the barrier between this one and the empty plot and had little patches of mud that have tried to scrape away a little bit so that we still see the dark dirt. I just personally like the look of the dark dirt. I'll probably put some more down a little bit later. That's what's under this blue tarp, because I ordered too much when it all came in. So I have more. Once the dirt settles, I can put another layer on top. But then also, I've got all these other holes, so I figured no big deal. I'll just save it until I'm ready to fill up these holes. And speaking of these holes, I started digging the next couple of holes. Last night I took the opportunity to start digging this one, because when the ground is wet out here, it is much easier to dig into the ground. You're still not getting a full shovel depth, but you're able to make a little bit of progress. And then this hole, just like all of the others, each of these circle holes is about 4 feet in diameter and about at least 2 feet down. And this entire hole was filled with water. So my kids could have done a cannonball in there and been completely submerged. It was kind of wild to see how much water came out here, and then by the morning it's all sunk down into the ground. So I gotta scrape the dirt that washed into that hole now, and I'm gonna try and scrape away some of this dirt to get going on the next couple of holes. So as far as how the bamboo did, these two, the green, or the giant timber and the punting pole, the ones that had all of the dirt wash into them, they got the most saturated. I saw some pools sitting by their base. The barrier here that I had unintentionally kind of stopped the water from going into the Buddha belly here. You can see where the water kind of just flowed into these. Doing a little bit as I expected. I might need to work on diverting the water and making some channels so that they go from one hole to another. And then I had my wheelbarrow out here that got filled with water, so I just sort of dumped it into the sea breeze here to give it some extra water. But all the rest of these got pretty well soaked. If we check the soil here, you can see it's dry about an inch down. You can start to see some of the dry soil, but still between a good solid rain, not bad for a first go. Still have the drippers on, and if we get a few more rainstorms like that, we'll be in really good shape. So now I need to go put the shades back on, especially that Chinese goddess, which now you can maybe see a little bit better. It does have some green still alive on it. As the dead leaves get blown off, we'll probably see it better. And then get that shade back over the silver stripe blowpipe. But I think everything held up pretty well. The pavers are still solid. They look like they're doing all right. The dirt's washing away from the sides a little bit, which is fine. I just really wanted it there to keep the pavers solid so they don't rock back and forth. And then I started constructing this berm so that the water stays in this area of the yard, because there's a hole into my neighbor's yard there. There used to be a giant tree on the other side that was popping up the wall with its root, and so he had someone come in and rebuild the wall with this steel beam there to let the root come under without popping up the wall, and now it's a hole, and I want to try and keep all the water in this area. When I started clearing this area for the bamboo, I did it on a grade, so you can see kind of with this berm that up here the dirt is high, and as you follow that, it goes down about 6 inches all the way across. So I don't want the water to run down to the other side of the yard and then just go under and fill up his yard. So I'm going to create that berm against the wall, and also try and cover up some of the foundation of the concrete wall. Ideally, we'll keep